All right, good morning everyone. Yes, good morning Patrick, good morning Julius, and good morning everyone who is on the stream now. And as usual, you know the drill. We get into a prayer and then get started. So let's pray and then start today's session. Father, we give you praise, we love you. Thank you for today's beautiful morning. Thank you that we're back here, the 2nd of October, Lord. As we started this month yesterday, we asked of your grace and of your goodness, and we saw it yesterday through the profits that we made, through the analysis that you gave unto us, Lord, and the market insights, Lord. And as we start today, oh Lord, we ask of the same, even better and greater, Lord, to grant us good profits. Where we made a loss, we know that we will recover. And those that made losses, Lord, I know that they'll be able to recover all and even get surplus and even get more profits for the glory of your name. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so Crush 500 is where we start from. Please don't forget to like, to give us a thumbs up, and of course, if you've never subscribed before, go ahead and subscribe. So let's start with Crush 500 as usual. All right, so Crush 500. We started yesterday. We were looking at yes, that was a break of structure. We entered this buy. I entered this buy. Let me see, drag it to the right. I entered this buy. Those who remember, yesterday I told you about that buy. Was it a buy? Oh, I first entered the sell. Yes, I entered the sell, not the buy. I entered this sell when we were here. I was late to enter, but of course I made that profit. Then I decided to play games here and I moved out, and you can see later it went all the way up there. So that was yesterday's move. On Crush, it was consolidating. You can see that it was consolidating up to now. It is still consolidating. It hasn't gotten any big momentum. To push actually to break that level. So right now, looking at what we have here, price is above our 10 MA on H4. And it sort of have confirmed. Touching that OB right there. This candle sort of touched that OB. Yes, it touched it. So we may see buys currently. We may see some buys today. We are likely to see buys. So this is the current H4 that we are having. We have to wait and see how it closes. If it closes above our 10 MA, we are likely may enter on H4 buys. Remember, this would be now. Oh wait, we wanted it to reach this fair value gap and grab that liquidity according to weekly. It did not reach it, but clearly we see it reached that level. So are we going to enter it? It's going to be crazy for us to actually to do that. Let me go to M15, M30, M15 right there. So we may have to wait for price to break that level actually. Yeah, for us to actually enter buys, we have to wait for price to break this to break this level. I want to use that now. This was a good heads and shoulder right here yesterday. Actually, not even yesterday, this morning, because right here we can see this was around what time? $21, that is 21, 22, 23, 24 at midnight. This was a good heads and shoulder at midnight that was seen there. This would have been the target right there for that kind of, and you can see it hit that target right there. It hit that target and then moved back into buys. So that was a heads and shoulder yesterday. This would have been a good trade if I had seen it late night. If I had seen it late night, that was a good trade on M15. All right, nevertheless, we now see that as a resistance up there. See that as our resistance. Price has to break that level. If price breaks that level, then we can clearly get involved with buys immediately. So right about now, no business. I'm not going to trade it till I see a breakout here, till I see a breakout there. But according to what I'm seeing on M15, it is likely to do this again. It is likely to come again down below. According to M15, let's see on M15, this is H4, and now I want to use M15. That is M15 right there. So price is likely to come like that, and then probably it gives us a breakout. So you never know, we have to just be patient and wait. Be patient and wait. Or remember, we needed continuation of sales according to H4 and daily time frame, so price can fail and actually break and continue to reach this level. Remember, according to daily time frame, I don't know why I deleted that, we needed it to reach that 50% right there. We needed it to reach at least right there. So apparently it hasn't reached it, so that's why it's still a bit off for us to actually confirm that buys have started. So I'm skeptical to do anything right now. Yet I'm seeing prices above our 10 MA on H4 and H1, and of course daily it is still having that strong sell. You can see the whole of yesterday it was selling. That was yesterday's candle. It was a big sell. So right now we have to wait and see how it goes today. If you can actually wait the whole of today and probably come in tomorrow. Tomorrow we should be ready to enter some buys. All right, that's it. Let's go to boom 1000. Boom 1000. Boom 1000. So boom 1000, we did what? Boom 1000, we saw this sell, that sell. Then I wanted buys from here. I made a loss actually here. I sold from there. This was a sell, I think. Those were the sells yesterday. But then I made a loss here because I had entered buys here. Buys came through, but they continued breaking and came to hit my stop loss right about there. So as we currently see now, it came actually to mitigate. This was what? No, it is not that. It is this order block right here. It is that order block right here. I thought it was that fair value gap, because that fair value gap is not valid according to H4. They came for that OB on H1. Yeah, so currently we have seen this was the sell move. It actually sold strongly the whole of yesterday. So that was yesterday's 4 candles of sell, actually 5 candles. Then today, this was actually also today. This was yesterday, so 4 candles of yesterday's sell, and then today 1 candle. And you can see today has started off as currently that daily candle is seen as an indecision, but of course it hasn't closed yet, so we cannot say much about it. Now, as you clearly see, we have a double bottom, but this doesn't mean anything. Why do I say that? It may not mean anything, or it may. Let's go. This is on H1, H4, daily time frame. Remember yesterday we did not see first delete these things here. First delete these. We have a clear chart. We get a clear chart, so delete those things there. Delete. So yesterday we saw, what is this? Yesterday we saw that right up there. It was a fake breakout to give us a fake break of structure, and meaning we started to sell. And you can see the whole of yesterday it was a strong sell. Now, according to our CCI, we are overbought up there, meaning sellers should be taking control. But we cannot rely on it. Why? Because this is a break of structure here. This was a pullback to give us a higher low. Now a higher low. We failed to get a new higher high, meaning we may anticipate change of character, which will draw us back into sells. But we cannot clearly conclude until we get to see a change of character. According to H4, one may say this was a change of character right there. Why? Because that is a high that could be considered as a low, and a high which never gave us a break of structure. Now it has broken that low. This one right here was also one, but it broke structure here. So this could be considered, could not be considered. But now what we have here is what I'm going to consider. That means that according to H4, price is likely to go like that and then bring us back into sales. I don't know why I needed that line. Oh, that line was the one taking us to this level. This is one that was pushing us to reach that fair. Is it a fair value gap? No, it is a premium zone level. For the pullback. So we have we've reached it, but not much of it. We've not touched the premium zone that much. Of course, everything above 50% here is the premium zone, but I wanted it to reach to that very level. I thought it would reach it, but according to the rejection that we are seeing on those 2 weeks of weekly, yeah, it's likely to not get there. So we have to follow what we are seeing in the market, and currently, according to what we see, we are likely to see something like that according to M15 and H4. So can we wait on this, or can we enter this? This may be a fake change of character according to M15, but we have to wait and see about that. but this was a good thing. You can see that right there. So price has given us that as a breakout right here to give us a change of character and has tested that level. I don't know if we can enter it. A new H4 hasn't started yet, so it's quite hard for us to do that. It's quite hard for us to actually make that entry, so I rather wait and leave it. All right. Right about now, let's go to let's go to boom 500. I'm going to be anticipating sales here, buys here, but not yet. It may come for this also. And let me just hold on to make the buys move right here. All right. Boom 500. Time is rushing. So boom 500. What happened? Let's go to H4. H4. So yesterday we were here. I wanted sales from here. I wanted sales to push. It took me out, came back to that same level, gave us that fake breakout according to H1 there, and then again started to sell. I entered the sell here. Was it there? I think so. Yes, I entered the sell here, but it took me out again in profits, so I was unable to recover actually much of this loss. But after that, you can see it went straight just like we wanted, even though it did not reach our level still, and it hasn't still reached this fair value gap. So still the sell is on. Up to now, this sell it is on, but it is just playing games. It is playing games with us, and we have to wait patiently, I think, if we don't want to make any other loss on this asset, or if you can have your big stop loss, then it's one of those that you can look for. But as for me, wait a minute, we are on for this sale. Why do I say we are on? Since price has given us this as probably one can say change of character right here, yeah, that level right there, as you can see it, then it has given us a low here which went below this previous level, and actually came to that kind of a support. It went back. You can clearly see that it went back to test where this move started from, this sell move started from, and now we have started to sell, and now according to H1 price is below our 10 MA. This could be the very signal for us to continue selling this asset. So for now, I want to delete these, and I want to go back to H1. Not really. M15. If M15 is not selling, then I won't sell. It's quite challenging, but in that challenge we may get a scalp move. See that? So it's doing that, but we are late to enter. It is coming to this level. It is likely to come and bounce again off from this support. It's likely to bounce off from this support again. So what am I going to do? Clearly this has already left me, unless if I can enter just a short, I will have to put my stop loss right there. I can't risk more than that, and I will have to look at this kind of a profit. Yeah, I have to look for this kind of a profit, or even to reach down below here. Yeah, so for now, no business. I have to enter that and look for a 1 to 2. This is a 1 to 2 right there that I'm risking. That's a 1 to 2 right there that I'm risking. Yeah, 1 to 2.5. So now that I've seen that we've entered that sell, I will not hold for long, because we are likely not to break this support. But according to higher time frame, we should be breaking that support. We should be breaking that support and continuing all the way down below. So that said, I'm going to remove my TP. I'm going to remove my TP, and I will hold to see if it will actually continue selling. If it starts to play games here, then I will close manually. That is how I'm going to work with this asset. If it starts to play games when it reaches this support, then I will close manually. But as of now, yeah, the sell, I've entered it, and actually the stop loss should be above there, but I've put it according to M15. So if it comes and spikes again, I was late to enter. If it spikes again, then it will take me out. Remember, H4 hasn't started yet. That is a mistake I've done. Once again, that is a big mistake I've done, to enter before this H4 closes. It is likely to take me out. I was supposed to wait for this H4 to close. I actually thought it had started, the new H4 had started. So nevertheless, I've entered. I can't move out. I have to hold on. You can see it has spiked now. It has just spiked now. So it may not take me out. Looking at M15, M5, it is likely to take me out. It is likely to take me out. Looking at what I've just seen on M5, it is likely to take me out. Please move out if you know you entered this asset, the sell, before just like I've told you before this H4 start, a new H4 started. Move out. It doesn't matter. You can take that short loss than having a big loss coming later. So I'm going to close this for now. I'm going to close it for now. Yeah, I'm going to close it for now, because according to M5, the buys are actually on, not sells. So new H4 has started, and I'm not going to enter this asset again until further notice. Until further notice. This is crazy. Yeah, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it there. So if it breaks this level on M5, then I can enter. If it doesn't break it, then the buys will be on to give you a pullback, probably back to that level, probably back there, and then we come in later with sells, or we continue with buys. So for now, I'm not going to trade anything. I will just leave it. V25S. This week has been one of its kind. Never seen a week like this. Not even a day with a good moment, apart from Boom 1000 actually. The rest, they've been slow. So boom 1000, boom, V25S. V25S yesterday, it gave me this confirmation of this kind of a pullback that I was looking at. Gave me that kind of a confirmation when it did this and it tested this level. So I was looking for that kind of a buy to reach there. It actually failed. It took me out right here. It took me out right there. That's where I had put my stop loss. Took me out and then played games around here and then continued to sell. Up to now you can see it is still trying to push for sales, yet it is overbought, and yet we clearly see that a retest should be happening. So yesterday I was actually furious. It's like someone was trying to play against. I was looking for the stop losses, was trying to look for those stop losses where I had put them. So yesterday it was a crazy day. It was that crazy day. So let's look at today. So all right, this is H4, and then the buy is still on. What is it looking for? Is it looking for this OB or that fair value gap above, or this fair value gap? We don't know yet, but we know. Wait, we can tell. I think we can tell. So it is likely to react on this fair value gap actually. So we are going to use the fair value gap, not the order block. But if it comes to the order block, of course you will see it. You'll be seeing it. So our anticipation is simple. It's there. Our anticipation is that simple. Price to come to that order block on the tip there, but also on this fair value gap, 50% of that fair value gap. So that is the anticipation right there. So the sell is on, so I cannot enter it at all. I think, yeah, I cannot enter it. V75 played games also. I don't know if Julius, you're still in it, but it kept on playing games also. We entered. Did we enter V75? No, it was V25S. V75, I think I was on it on another account. I was looking for that buy yesterday. So yesterday we saw that it failed to give us a break of structure down below here. Failed to give us a break of structure according to, of course, weekly the H4. That is not a clean break of structure. But then up there is also that rejection, that resistance up there. So it means we are likely to see price keep playing around these levels. We are likely to see price playing around those two levels right there. So whatever we want for that kind of a move, it is likely to wait. According to H1, we are overbought and we are likely to come in with sales anytime from now. And this is your confirmation on M15. But price is going to do this to try and take these highs away, and then it will give us the sales to come back to that level. That is the anticipation according to M15 and H1. So can we wait for that? I think we can. it is likely to first go up to try and take those highs, and then we come in later. So if I was to tell you to wait for this, you have to wait for another more like 1 or 2 hours for this entry to be confirmed, the entry of this kind of sell. That is on V75. Jump 50. Let's talk about jump 50. Jump 50, after taking me out, I don't know, yesterday was a crazy one. It messed me up. Yesterday was a crazy one. So this is where we entered from. It kept on playing games there, in profits, back in losses, in profit, until it took me out right there. It's like as if they knew where my stop losses were. So taking me out, come to grab some, what was that? Not even grabbing anything. So it came back to that level, and now the buys started. So the buys started from there, and it was one candle spike like that reached there, all the way there. And then once it gave us this, I wanted price to come back at least to this level. This is what I think I told the signal guys, price to come to that level, and then we can actually enter some buys. It did not happen. It did not reach there, but we clearly see that it tried to get it tried to look for that kind of retracement, which was not enough for me to actually consider. So either way, I would not have entered it. So I could not enter there, and then price went above our trend line, and then now we can see it is playing around there, but we know we need it to reach there. That's the reason why we were looking for buys, price to get us right up there, then we can start to look for sells. So apparently we see there's that retracement level, resistance level up there. So are we going to see some buys? Let's go to M15. Not really. Sells still trying to push. That means we have a level where price is going to be playing around, up, down, until it decides where it wants to go. So for now, no business. You can see on M5 it is going up there, but then it is going to reach there and then sell according to M15. And once it is ready to buy on M15, then that's when we will see actually price. That's when we will see actually price bring us right there that we need, right there. So that's when we will see this kind of a move. That's when we will see that kind of a move. So for now, no business, unless if you can enter on M5 to go for that long move, but on M5 it is going to reverse again. According to M5 it is going to reach some level here and then come back. So you can wait for that if you want to trade this asset according to M5. All right, I think that's enough on J50. In fact, I may make money on this J50. Let's first go back to Boom 500. Also, we have a breakout, so it has continued. This was a fake kind of level right there. I don't know. Yeah, it's either way. You rather lose small than losing big on such a level where you are not sure, because we were seeing price down below being oversold. That's the reason why I told you guys to move out. So it has already gone. All right, J50, we wait for this pullback on M5, then we enter. J25, what is happening? Let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday we wanted that pullback there for the buy, which in fact it seems all assets we are looking at what I was doing. I don't know, not sure. I'm not sure. This I entered when price was above our 10 EMA, then it gave us a fake breakout down below, then came back and gave us the buy that we wanted in the first place. This was the buy that we wanted, even though we wanted it to reach that OB. It did not reach, but it went almost to reach it. We could have made that money. So moved me out, and then later came to look for that buy. So this is no longer necessary. We should be now in for this sell. But I want to first delete it. Let me go to H1, delete this, remove history, delete that. Now it has come to that trend line. This is J25. This is J25. This is J25. Is that something that we can work with since it has touched that trend line? H4. It would be a short buy if we are to enter it. It could be a short buy according to M15. It would be a short buy. It would be a short buy to where? I'm now skeptical to trade anything on M5. I mean on this asset J25, because of where it is right there on that support. That is an order block, which is now a support according to weekly time frame. I'm now skeptical because you can see how weird those candles have been for some good days. So it's kind of crazy, but clearly this is a structure I normally look for in the market. Price coming back here and continuing with buys. I don't know why I'm holding to enter this asset. You know what? Let me enter it. Let me enter it and have my stop loss just here. Have my stop loss just there. If it reaches there, the better. If it doesn't, then I will look for, maybe it will look for this fair value gap. By that time, I will have put my stop loss to break even. So I've made that entry because of the structure I normally trade. This kind of structure. Coming here, giving me a change of character and returning to that change of character level. That is a structure I normally trade. So for now, I'm looking for this kind of a profit. If I get that, the better. So for now, I've locked in my buy there. J10 couldn't do even any better. Also, having given us that break of structure, it gave us a pullback. That was yesterday. The market was slow. I don't know. I wish I did not trade this week because yesterday was a terrible day. So I have to look at recovery. Yesterday was a terrible day. Terrible day. So we saw that as a break of structure. That was okay. This was yesterday here as a break of structure right there. And then after giving us that break of structure, market did not do anything further than that. it just kept playing around that level. It did not go beyond that the whole of yesterday. Up to now, it is still being held up right there. So we know that we wanted it to reach all the way there, but now it has failed. I'm looking at what I have here. It has come to touch that trend line right up there. You can see that trend line there. So it has touched that trend line. So that tells us that, that the sales are coming strongly. According to H4, we can see that as a hammer. That candle has a hammer, and now this current candle is moving strongly, but it's not yet below our 10 MA. So for that case, I'm not going to waste my time on this asset. I will just wait for when it breaks that level. So for this, it's a no-go. I cannot waste my time on it, because it can easily come to this level and then push back to reach that level that I already wanted it to reach. So for now, no business. I will have to wait for it. I will not trade it. I will not trade it at all. So that is J10. My prayer is next week to be a bit clear, the markets to gain momentum, but this whole week the markets have not been. These assets that we trade daily, we rarely saw any momentum at all. Even gold, apart from Tuesday, I think. Yeah, it's when we saw the momentum, but even yesterday we did not see any momentum. In fact, for gold, I sold it, then I sold it yesterday, made the profits on selling it. Then when it gave me this rejection right here, let me show that to you. When it gave me this rejection right here, I entered buys. It came and took me out, and then it came to this. I again entered. Again, I don't know why these guys closed my trades, because my stop loss was supposed to be here. My stop loss was here, just below that level. But somehow, I don't know if it was because of the spread, because clearly did not reach my stop loss. I remember where I had put it. Now it was a spread. It was that kind of a thing last night, because I was holding it the whole of last night. I left it running. So wow, it was because of spread. I was taken out because of the spread, because my stop loss was around there. Let me see history. This is because of the spread, because my stop loss was below here, not there. So whatever deriv did, they took me out. I don't know whatever they did, I can't tell, because my stop loss was here. That's crazy. I don't like that. All right, so with gold, I was taken out, and immediately the buy started again today morning, and now wow, you can see the momentum that is at hand. It's nothing that we trade. It's nothing like we actually engage in trading, but we all know that the buys are still going, because that is a general trend. And like I've told you, with gold, you always want to follow the trend. Yeah, with gold, you always want to follow the trend. When it is a, yes, of course I sold it, but I kept on selling while I'm dragging my stop loss into profits. That's the way you can trade. That's the only way you can trade a retest. So yeah, I think that's what we had on gold yesterday. So today, I don't think there's much we can do on gold. It has reacted here, which is like sort of a breaker broke according to H4. So we only anticipate buys and prices above our 10 MA on H1. We see rejections on both sides, the buyers and sellers, but according to M15 you clearly see that buyers are trying to push to continue with buys, so such a scenario I don't want to get myself involved in. I rather leave it, because there's low momentum, and if you get caught you may face it rough. According to CCI, the signal we are getting is sells. Why? You can clearly see this is normally a flag, a bearish flag, which gives us this kind of continuation later to continue with sells. So that's one of the reasons why you're even seeing sells according to H1 on CCI. So I don't want to go for it though until probably I see price break this level, then I can go for the sell. Until I see price break this level right here, then I can go for that sell. But before I see that, I'm still bullish, and I'm not going to think of any sells yet. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope you guys will get 1 or 2 entries, of which I'm not seeing. Me myself, I'm not seeing any entries. Let's do a recap and see if there is some that have actually procured to give us some entries. Alright, let's do a recap and we call it a day. It's a terrible week, if I may say. It's one of those weeks that are terrible. Crash 500, we need this pullback when it gets there, so we have to be patient. Boom 1000, yeah, we need it to reach in here, then we can get in with buys, so we have to be patient also. Boom 500, the sale is continuing, so I want to wait for it on this level, on that OB where it has reached now. That target has already been reached that we wanted according to M15. This target right here, so has been reached. So let's wait and see if we will actually see what it coming all the way here. J25, yeah, sell is still on, so no business, and it is having low momentum. V75, we need a pullback there. This is the move that we can actually have like 60-70% clarity that it is likely to happen to give us this entry. So one can focus on V75 on M15 and wait for that move. That could be the focus. And then this one, no business here. It's only for scalpers. Yeah, jump 50 is for scalpers, those who want to enter in 15-30 minutes, move out. J25, we entered this for the buy, and we are still holding it. We are looking for that buy to reach all the way up there. J10, it's a no-go. Don't waste your time on J10. So gold, it's you don't have to waste your time on it. Also, don't even bother checking it again. So our focuses of the day is V75. Once it has given us a pullback like that, to come in and we continue with sells. And then boom 1000, once it gives us a continuation here, this will be for scalpers also, to give us this kind of a move to reach there, and then we come in again with sells. Probably we come in with sells again. So focus is going to be on boom 1000 for buys here. In fact, I may even put a limit order. Around that area. Yeah, I may put a limit order right there. And then crash 500, no business. Boom 1000 and V75, they are the ones I'm likely to think of. So I may have to put them in like this: V75 and boom 1,000 and boom 1,000. I may have to trade them like this, 2 for the day, and focus on them. If they gave me what I want, then the better. So for now, please don't do anything. Don't try to force any trade on these other assets. Yes, of course, these other ones can come in later if they give us what we want. Sometimes we be focusing on one, yet it doesn't give us one an entry, another gives us. So this, like J50, it can be a scalp move for those who scalp. And let's see which other one. Yeah, I think that's it. So focus on V75 and boom 1,000 is where I'm going to be looking at. All right, I think that's clearly it for today. I have my limit order there, waiting on boom 1,000. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow. I hope by that time probably the momentum will have changed, hopefully by that time, and we can get in some good trades to recover some of the losses that we made yesterday. Today I don't want to focus on many assets. I'm going to be focusing on two assets. All right, so that's it. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Bye bye.